Hi, I'm Sara Boyce.
I'm Denis Toner.
And we're here with Grey Lady Wines and talking about the wines that Maddie and Lindsay Regan create.
Lindsay and Maddie Regan. I met Matt Regan probably 20 years ago when I was a sommelier at the Chanticleer restaurant. At that time, a Grand Award winner, Wine Spectator Grand Award. Great restaurant, 1,700 wines, 35,000 bottles, a real piece of work, a monumental effort. And I was proud and happy to serve those wines and taste them, of course. At the same time, I met young Matt Regan, and he was just getting out of the Culinary Institute in Montpelier, Vermont, and he was working as a chef in the kitchen with John Charles. And he made a great impression on me because he was so earnest and passionate about the learning curve, and always asking good questions about wine. And so we've kept in touch over the years. He settled in Napa, raising a beautiful family.
Twin girls.
Twin girls.
Yep.
And he worked for a couple of wineries and got his chops down. And then he started a very small winery called Regan Vineyards. And again, his wines, Lindsay believes, and I concur, have a bit of a French style to them. Well, Matt makes 4 wines. We have 2 to offer you. The Rock Ledge, which is a Cabernet, and the Lucky Tornado. That must be an interesting story.
They met on a tornado flight diversion, so that was what.
Anyway, well, this is a 60-40 Cab Merlot blend. And again, you'll get that suggestion of Bordeaux in the wine. And I think you'll see when you look at his interview what the man is like. But again, what goes into making the wine. But he's on the west side of Napa Valley, down near Yountville, I believe, I'm pretty sure. And his wines have been great right out of the box. And he's one of those fellas whose wines aren't in giant distribution. So be the first in your neighborhood to have some Regan wines. And remember, they have a Nantucket heritage. Try them.
Only make 500 cases.
Only 500 cases.
The 2 of them can do everything themselves.
Right. It's a real hands-on family operation, and that means that you're not paying too well. I don't think they have a marketing budget, so I don't think you're going to pay a lot for a glass.
I don't think they need a marketing budget.
I don't think they need a marketing budget. But you know what you will get is great wine. And so you'll have something your neighbors don't have, and there's something to be said for that, I suppose. But mostly you'll be having great wine.
So, cheers to Regan Wines.
The family Regan.
I'm Matthew, and this is Lindsay Regan. And Regan Wines was started 5 years ago out of our love of wine in the Napa Valley. And we were both managing other wineries in the Napa Valley at the time, and had the opportunity to purchase some of the most amazing Zinfandel grapes in Napa Valley that never came available. So we said, why we can't turn it down, we have to at least try. So we started with a ton and made our first 50 cases, and we only sold it to friends and family. It sold out in less than a week. So we said, well, maybe we should do this again. So we began the process of increasing our production a little bit, and now we only make 4 wines, but we're a whopping 500 cases. So it's probably the smallest of the small wineries that exist in the Napa Valley.
Yeah.
Hard to get. We don't distribute. We don't market our wines. It's all word of mouth, and when it's gone, it's gone. It's usually pretty quick.
Matthew started off in the culinary field. He went to the Culinary Institute of America and spent quite a few of his summers out here in Nantucket, and then kind of transferred into the wine program there and became a wine sommelier, and I kind of got into it through Matthew. So I met him, and before I knew it, my world was inundated with wine, which isn't a bad way to have your world turn. So it's been that way ever since.
Yeah, it's a very organic transition from Nantucket to Tennessee, where I managed a 5-star Orleans Chateau hotel that developed a great wine program.
Is that Blackberry?
Blackberry Farm, yeah. I was there for 5 years as the restaurant manager sommelier, developed the wine program there. And from there I met the owners of a winery in Napa Valley that asked me to come work for them, and I've been there for 12 years. And in the meantime, we decided we got the wine bug and fell in love with winemaking and decided to start our own project. And Lucky Tornado is a blend of Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon, and gets its name from, that's how Lindsay and I met. We met on an airplane that was diverted because of a tornado, and it's called the Lucky Tornado. Pretty special, quite delicious.
Yeah, it's quickly become one of our most popular wines. And then the other red wine that we produce from a single vineyard is our Rockledge Cabernet Sauvignon. It's from St. Helena, again, hillside fruit. This is all a terrace location, so it's tiny berries. Every year we seem to be getting less and less, which is just the nature of the business. But the fruit there is supreme, so it's really well worth it. It's worth all the hard work and heartache sometimes and effort. But it certainly is our creme de la creme, if you will. And we make that again, and more of a European style. All the wines we make, we like to make sure that they're food friendly, so that they can work well with any type of cuisine. Being a woman, I find it to be a little bit more feminine in style, which is not overpowering, which I appreciate. So it's a very enjoyable Cabernet Sauvignon.
What would you say makes the wines from Regan Wines so unique?
Heart and soul.
Yeah, heart and soul, and the fact that there's not a lot of it. So originally, like we said, it was just for friends and family, and really that was our business plan, was just to make enough wine for friends and family. And now we have an extended group of friends and family that have become our customers and supporters of our wine. So really handmade, you know, we make a few barrels of each every year. So we know each barrel's personality, attributes, character, and you know, everything's done by hand. So Lindsay and I are the chief bottle washers, the grape pickers, the, you know, janitors, and everything in between. We just had twin girls that are getting ready to turn 1 year old, so we've kind of put the business on cruise control for a few years without any plans of major growth, so we can focus on these first few years with Aubrey and Madison. But eventually, as they become more self-sufficient, I think we're going to grow the business a little bit.
Get them picking the grapes.
Put them to work.
Hey, I met Denis in 1992, when I was fresh out of my first year at the Culinary Institute of America. I came to Nantucket to do an internship at the Chanticleer restaurant, where Denis was the sommelier, and we became quick friends, and I asked to work with him in the wine cellar on my day off. And I remember the first day he took me into the wine cellar, we were doing inventory, and he said, "Here, hold this bottle." And I was, gosh, 19, maybe 18, 19. He said, "Hold this bottle," and he handed me this big bottle. He said, "Don't drop it." I said, "All right." He said, "How much do you think that bottle is worth?" I said, "Denis, I have no clue." $100? He said, "No, try more." $200? No, keep going. He said, "Try $32,000. And it was a 9-liter of Chateau d'Yquem, and I believe it was 1921. And it was being served for someone's daughter's wedding that was being held at the Chanticleer. And so from that moment on, we became friends, and he taught me a lot about wine. And Denis has a large footprint and thumbprint on why I'm in the wine business. So I saw how much fun it was. And really our dream for Regan Wines is to be able to know every customer by name and have a personal relationship with them. We want them to be part of our family, and we want to become part of their family, because for us, wine is about food, wine, friends, and family. So if people do like Regan Wines, we're gonna come to their house one day, or they'll come to ours, and we're gonna share dinner and wine, and we'll be friends for a while.